Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront updates and some very exciting Scarif news. Sorry that this video is coming out a bit late in the night, but this info was discovered very recently and I just came home from watching Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. It was pretty good if you're wondering. But yeah, credit to competitor Cycle for first finding this info. Basically, what he stumbled across was an amazing listing on the Scarif DLC on Amazon, which reveals a ton of information about what we're getting in the DLC. Since this is from an Amazon listing, take everything with a grain of salt, but everything in this listing does make sense based on previous info we've gotten, so I wouldn't be surprised if most of it was true, although a couple of things mentioned are phrased very weirdly. Starting off, we have the new blasters, which according to the post will be the A180 blast pistol, which we sort of already knew from the artwork as this is Jin's blaster. The very interesting thing is that this blaster actually has 3 abilities, so not only do we have a secondary fire, but we have a triple fire, I guess you could call it. Well, not really. According to the post, it will have a blaster mode, sniper mode and ion launcher, so it seems like it's something you will switch between and not something you will charge up with the zoom in button like with the TL50. I think this sounds like a blaster that might not be super strong, but that instead is very versatile, so you can use it for short range, long range sniping and even against vehicles, which might make up for its potentially lower damage, at least that's my initial guess. Moving on, we have the DT-29 blaster pistol, which we don't know much about. It has been present in Legends material through the Star Wars The Old Republic game, but I would guess that it might be remade a bit for this game and that it could potentially be Krennic's blaster, although that's just pure speculation. If we move on to star cards, it seems like we will only get one star card this time around, and it will be something called a Sonic Imploder. I have no clue what this could be other than the fact that it's most likely some sort of grenade, but since we already have flashbangs, smokes, dioxys, explosives and shocking grenades, I really don't have a good guess for what this one might be. If you do have one, make sure to leave a comment below. Next up, we have vehicles, which they have listed very strangely on the page. First off, they say that there will be one new vehicle, the Ewing. That alone is a bit strange, since we have seen TIE strikers in the art, but they then list a bit further down that 2 new pickups are coming, the Ewing and TIE Striker. I highly doubt that the Ewing would be available both as a AI pickup and a playable vehicle, and on top of that, the TIE Striker would only be available through an AI pickup. So if there's anything wrong with this listing, it's definitely the parts about vehicles. Moving on, we have 4 names for the maps coming in the DLC, which is the Scarif Beach, Scarif Jungle, Landing Pad 13 and Shield Gate, which is for the flying parts. This corresponds very nicely with the info we got about the Shield Gate very recently, and I think all these maps sort of sound like what I expected, and I think I'm equally excited for all of them, although the jungle is something I hope will be extra fun, as the Endor maps are currently my favorites in the game. Landing Pad 13 also sounds very interesting and could potentially be the building we've seen Jin on in one of the trailers, which might add some nice diversity to the maps. Lastly, the new game mode will be called Infiltration. No new details about how the actual game mode will work, since we already knew it was going to be a multi-stage game mode, and Infiltration fits nicely considering that it's probably what we will be seeing in the movie as well. That is all the new details we got today, but again, keep in mind that these are from an Amazon listing and they could realistically change before the release date, although I think most of these are pretty accurate. I'm sure we will get plenty of more details the coming 2 weeks up until the release, so make sure to subscribe for more Star Wars Battlefront videos. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.